The confrontation that erupted in Old Irving Park is a chilling illustration of the inherent danger and profound community trauma caused by the escalation of federal immigration tactics. To descend upon a quiet, residential Chicago street just as families and costumed children are preparing for a local Halloween parade shows a staggering disregard for the fundamental peace and safety of the neighborhood. Regardless of the intended target of Operation Midway Blitz, the decision to conduct an aggressive enforcement action in that place at that time betrays a breathtaking failure of judgment. The real-world consequence of this aggressive, militarized approach is not just a disruption of a community event, but a deep shattering of public trust and a visceral sense of fear among the very children the agents were supposedly protecting. The narrative put forth by the Department of Homeland Security, that agents were forced to use chemical irritants in self-defense against agitators, is immediately suspect and rings hollow against the backdrop of multiple, consistent eyewitness accounts. When federal agents deploy what are essentially riot control weapons in a residential area near gathering children, the burden of proof for the necessity of that action is absolute. The simple fact that the operation devolved into the alleged use of tear gas suggests the agents' tactics were disproportionate and reckless, particularly if, as residents insist, the agents were met only with impromptu protest and filming, not the volley of objects described by DHS. This incident is the latest, and perhaps most grievous, flashpoint in the conflict over the militarization of immigration enforcement and its profound, intrusive presence in civil life. U.S. District Judge Sarah Ellis's swift and exceptional intervention cuts through the official rhetoric with necessary moral clarity. Her direct, uncompromising statement, "Kids dressed in Halloween costumes walking to a parade do not pose an immediate threat to the safety of a law enforcement officer. And you can't use riot control weapons against them," is more than a judicial rebuke. It's a powerful restatement of constitutional and human rights principles. The order for a Border Patrol official to report to court daily is a rare and severe measure, underscoring the court's grave concern that federal agents may be operating not only aggressively but potentially outside the bounds of previous judicial restraining orders. This entire episode throws the intense public debate over Operation Midway Blitz into sharp relief, demanding an urgent national conversation about how we police our borders and, more importantly, how we protect the civil rights and the safety of all residents, especially children, in our urban centers.